friend. Welcome to day 13 of my 30-day posting challenge. Posting a video for 30 days consecutively. That's probably right. Anyway, I definitely have not been posting them every day in a row. That's okay. My weekends are for my families, and I really want to keep it that way, especially as I build this business. I really want to build it the Lord's way, and He not only commands, He examples rest. And so got a lot of good rest over the weekend while still connecting with church family and friends. And overall, it was just a great weekend. I hope yours was too. And I was thinking this morning about some things that we're dealing with in our youth group of learning to set healthy boundaries. If you don't know, if you haven't been around, this is your first time. I'm Casey Hickman. Hi. My husband and I are youth leaders at our church, and we have retreat coming up in a couple of months, and so we have fundraisers and participation requirements and all of these things. Our church has 0 requirements for anything except attending our retreats. We have ladies, men's, and youth retreats, and then for those specifically, the only requirement is that you have to be an active member of the church. These retreats are free to join. You don't pay anything for them, but it is a time of growing deeper connections with each other, going deeper in the Word, and often it includes some very vulnerable moments of people sharing and letting others pour into them as needed and pouring into one another. And so it's really difficult to do that when you have people there who are virtual strangers. You know, they show up once a year, but then decide they want to come on retreat, or they show up right before retreat starts. They're brand new and they want to go on retreat. Like, we want everyone to participate who can, but it is important that we have certain boundaries, and those boundaries are not to exclude anyone. They're to protect those who the retreat is meant for, which is the church family. Everything else we do throughout the year, everyone is welcome. Bring your friends, family, cousins, uncles, dogs. Like, honestly, everyone is welcome. But this is very specifically for church family. And so my heart struggles with this, with the youth, because I want everybody to participate. And I love these kids, and I love my sometimers. I love them so much. And a lot of the kids that are I call them my sometimers, meaning they come sometimes, obviously. But they want to be there. They really want to be there. And it's not always the 14-year-old's fault that mom and dad don't make that happen or can't make that happen. And so I struggle to say, no, you can't come to this thing that could be good for you because of this. And so I've had to spend the last few days having conversations with people, loving but serious conversations with people, saying, we love your kids, we want them there, they're amazing, this is going to be good for them, but they have to be an active part of the youth group. They cannot come once a year and attend youth retreat. They cannot show up for a couple of Sundays at the last minute and attend youth retreat, because it's not right for the others. And the boundary is not about, again, the boundary is not, we don't want your kid there. It's, we have to honor those who the retreat is for. And so that's just had me thinking about boundaries and why we struggle with them so much, because often our struggle with boundaries comes from a place of love. We don't want anybody to feel hurt or left out. And sometimes it comes from a place of trauma or feeling unworthy of having boundaries. And so I just wanted to check in with you guys and see, where does your struggle with boundaries come from? If you struggle with this, most of us do. No judgment. I do still, and I've been working on it for a long time. This is an obvious case of it. I have one client who is telling me she struggles with boundaries because same reason. She just loves people, and she thinks that their motives are the same as her motives. I was talking to another woman online recently, and she was saying that how do I set up boundaries of saying no to every single family event? She had a huge family. How do I say no to not be at every single family event? Because it seems to be expected of me, but it just doesn't work. I can't get my family to every single event. How do I say no without breaking relationship? And the more we talked about it, the more I realized this was not coming from a place of love and not wanting anyone to feel excluded. This was coming from a place of her not feeling worthy of having her own boundaries. And so I really encouraged her to dig deep to that and figure out the root cause, where that come from. Is it from your childhood? Is this something that someone taught you? Is this a self-imposed belief? Is this societal pressures to keep up? And again, there's no judgment in any of those. We are all a work in progress. So if you are here, if you're watching this, drop a comment and let me know if you struggle at all with boundaries. What do you think your struggle areas are? Is it not wanting anyone to feel excluded because you've been excluded before? Is it that you just love everybody and you want everyone to be a part? Is it from your childhood? Were you not allowed to have healthy boundaries growing up? Is it from a past relationship where boundaries were seen as rejection? Tell me what it comes from for you. I'd love to dig into that a little bit more, because living mindfully and slowly and with intention really requires a lot of boundaries and a lot of work on that if you're like most of us. So thanks for watching if you did, and I'll see you next time.